All right, everybody, we are back with another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Emerson Hitt. With me, as always, Gates Emoji. And we're doing this at a new location.
New
for
location
the
for the first time.
Well, no, sorry, second time. We did one in Tahoe.
I
almost forgot about that.
Sorry, Danny.
For the second time. First new location in Napa.
Yes. And this place is cool.
Yeah. So we are doing it at my good buddy and my barber's shop. His name is Ezekiel Carlin. I gotta get that right. He goes by Eazy. Much easier to say than Ezekiel.
Much
no
easier.
Yeah,
to say.
hey,
Yes.
no pun intended.
No pun.
But yeah, so that's where I get my haircut. Just got a fresh one.
I was gonna
Just
say
the other day.
you're looking nice.
So if you think my haircuts look good, come see Eazy and he'll get you one as well.
Shout out Easy, appreciate
Yeah,
you.
it's
This
pretty,
is
pretty
really cool
spot.
for us.
Yeah.
This is the coolest part.
Yeah, we got the perfect background.
Really hope the people watch this on YouTube, so just Emerson's mom.
Yeah.
That you like the background. I think it's cool.
Right?
Hopefully no one walks in here and wants a haircut
Yeah.
because it's the universal sign for come get your haircut. So
Yeah, because we're not cutting hair.
no.
And you don't want us to cut hair. Put it that way.
I mean you give a pretty mean mullet, but I don't think anybody wants those anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Eazy for letting us use his space. I will say this room is smaller than my bedroom, so it's probably better for the sound.
Is it? Yeah, like your room's huge.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that. This is cool though. You know, there's one chair.
Yeah, he's got a one-seater. He just works by himself. But yeah, he's got this place pimped out pretty well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has that old school vibe to it. It's nice. He's done really well with this.
I've followed Eazy to like 4 spots now, so
You've been getting your haircut by him for a while.
yeah, he does a good job.
I have not got my haircut by Easy, but looking at your haircut over the years, it makes me want to come in here and do this now.
Yeah.
Because how much I appreciate him letting us do this.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really cool.
If you want to find him, his website is ecarlinco.com. ECARLINCO.com. Go book an appointment. Yeah, he's here most days of the week, pretty much.
So it's Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, Tuesday through Saturday there's advertised days. So yeah, hit him up. He's also got Trumer on draft, which is what we're drinking today.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. And that's what's literally on tap. I like that. That's nice. This is peak. I think we've peaked so far.
Yeah, we're moving.
We're moving on
around.
around.
Now, it's not obviously going to be the every week location, but
No,
it's pretty cool that we're
That'd be
doing
cool.
something
That'd
different.
be very cool if it was.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Something like that. He's also on Instagram.
He is, yep. That's where I go to book my appointments. He's got his website on his page, so
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So our first official sponsor too, possibly?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, we'll take it.
Maybe.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Like it.
How was your week, man?
It was good. It was good. Didn't really do a whole lot. Actually watched your mom's dog
That's right.
because you guys went to the Giants game.
We did.
How was that?
Oh, it was so great to be back out at the park. It was beautiful. It was hot as shit, actually. It was like 85 in the city, and we were up in the upper deck, so just sun was beating.
I've yet to go to a game this season, but I think I'm going soon.
Yeah.
Gotta get a second COVID shot. You know what I
There
mean?
you go. And this coming weekend, they're opening up the stadium for full capacity.
My dad's going on Friday.
Nice.
Fireworks night against the A's.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I wonder if we'll go 18 innings like last Saturday at fireworks night.
That would be the odds. Like even if it goes to extra innings, that would be hilarious.
Guess what, huh? How was your Father's Day? You probably worked, huh?
I did, but we went out to lunch. Me, my mom, and dad went to Palisades for lunch before work, which was nice.
That's cool.
What about you?
Me and my dad and my sister went to Ace and Vine, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you guys just get some dinner or food or lunch? Or
Yeah, we got there like 6, so we had dinner.
Sure.
It's a pretty cool place, you know, I like what they've done with it.
Yeah, did you check out the card room at all? or-
I just looked for a second. My sister's not 21, so we couldn't really walk in, or couldn't walk into that part.
Yeah.
But it was cool. They had a couple tall cans of this beer they were having. I forget what it was, but
It's like a special or something? Or?
no, it's just what they had at the time.
Gotcha.
You know,
Nice.
recommend checking it out. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I want to go. I was kind of interested in the card room, but remember that guy Trey was telling us about the minimum bets are like really high.
Really?
Were you there for that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was saying there were like $50 minimum bets on the blackjack table. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that.
I'm not. I don't have the confidence to play a card room yet.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm more of a slot saver guy.
yeah, if it was $20, that would maybe be doable. But I'm not trying to drop $100 after 2 hands and be out.
Well, you know, you get a liquid courage before you go.
Yeah. You get me really drunk, which you know we've been before.
Yeah. Have we? Yeah. Shout out to all the dads out there who listen to us. I know we have Sal. He's a dad.
Yep, that's true. Shout out to Sal.
I mean, my dad kind of listens sometimes. So
Nice.
your dad does too.
My dad does too.
So happy Father's Day to all the dads who listen to us.
Yeah.
And all the dads out there in general, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Do we know any other dads that are our age?
Brady.
Brady, yeah. Shout out
Brady's
to
a
Brady.
dad.
Dylan's a stepdad.
Oh my God.
I hope he listens to this episode.
He probably won't.
I know he's not going
He
to.
probably won't.
But if he does.
Shout out to Garrett because he's daddy.
Yes, he is daddy.
Self-proclaimed, apparently.
What do we got on tap today, Gage? Or do you even know?
I mean, we got our Bay Area baseball, Stanley Cup semifinals, some NBA rapid fire, which we were starting to do a little more of.
Yeah.
Then talk a little more in depth about the NBA playoffs. Some Q&A today. We got some questions, and of course, last call. We get to talk about how my boy Kyle Larson
Fuck that guy.
just can't lose, but we'll get there.
Yeah, he can't lose. Yeah, let's start with some baseball. Giants had a great homestand. When I went, they won 10-3. If I'm not mistaken.
The only game that they lost was that game that got smoked.
Yeah,
against
by
the Phillies.
They've just been scoring runs like crazy. They went 6-1 on the homestand. They got the best record in baseball now coming into this week.
20 games over 500?
Something like that. I think
Close,
they're
19,
like,
20?
yeah, they're up there. I have to look at the record again, but they're playing some great ball.
They're off today.
They are off today. They're playing the Angels in LA tomorrow, and then they're coming back home for Battle of the Bay on this coming weekend. They're leading the Dodgers by a game and a half in the division. Dodgers are actually the second best record, so the NL West is still strong.
Have you been to a Battle of the Bay game?
I've been a couple, yeah.
I've been to a couple too.
But yeah, they're looking good. A's also went 4-2 this week. The Astros are on fire right now, so they're actually tied now in the division. Astros won 7 straight, but the A's are still looking good. And yeah, like I said, Battle of the Bay this weekend should be fun.
And it's the first one, it says.
First one of the season. Yeah. I think they played twice this year.
Do they always do Battle of the Bays every year?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's some years they only play 4 games, and other years they play 6 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle of the Bay is fun. It's that rivalry.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's going to be even more fun this year because both teams are playing really well, and it'll be just whoever wins the series will definitely have a confidence booster coming out of it.
I've always wanted a Battle of the Bay World Series. If it happens in my lifetime, I will be very
sick.
happy.
That would be sick.
There's no earthquake this time.
Yeah.
No earthquake this time.
The funny thing too is if it ever does happen, all we're going to talk about is that earthquake during the whole series.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be terrible.
And what if there actually was one? That'd be nuts.
They'd probably cancel the series if it ever happened again after that. Or they just play it somewhere else.
Or they put them in the same
Do a neutral.
Or they put them in the same league so they can't play the World
Right.
Series anymore.
Yeah, just do a neutral site maybe.
I gotta say, drinking this beer out of this cup, I feel like I'm at a kegger. like a party.
Either that or at a festival.
Yeah, I paid $25 for this beer.
Yeah.
I like the vibes though. I like it. I'd probably get pint glasses though. I know it could break easy. I'm trying to be a hassle.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is.
And you have to wash them.
Yeah.
No, that's
it's
why I
more,
get it.
more cost effective.
It's more COVID friendly.
Yeah.
We got some Stanley Cup news. These Vegas Golden Knights, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this game, but I'm tired of them.
Yeah. They like I was saying the other day, they don't go down easy.
So yesterday was almost like probably middle of third period. Devin sends me a screenshot because she's all of a sudden a Golden Knights fan. Mostly just to piss us off.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
And I think they were down 1-0, and she's like freaking out, freaking out. And I was like, just give it time. I was like, just wait.
Yeah.
And of course, she sends me a screenshot an hour later, 2-1 in overtime. I'm like, these guys, like we said, relentless.
Yeah.
In Montreal, the Canadians are Canadians.
Canadians. Yeah.
They're probably not favored in the series.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, Vegas was tied with Colorado for the best record this season, and Montreal had the worst record of any team in the playoffs.
All right, yeah, I remember saying that.
So yeah, the fact that Montreal's here, and I mean, it's 2-2.
It could be the 3-1.
It's been a hell of a series so far. yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out. Also, other series is tied up 2-2, Tampa Bay and New York. They're playing Game 5 tonight. That's been a pretty entertaining series too. A lot of close games.
We'll probably watch this game tonight.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
it starts.
I think it's 5.
Starts at 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Go Tampa.
Yeah, we're rooting for Tampa.
Yeah, we both want
You know,
Tampa.
Garrett's anti-Tampa right now. I don't really know why.
You didn't ask him.
No, just let him do his thing, you know.
Let him have his moment.
Yeah, but I feel like he's an anti-Florida guy. I think that has a lot to do with it. But
I gotta ask him what's his beef with Florida. But whatever, you know. Do your thing.
All right, let's talk some basketball.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Just we're gonna non-playoff implication news.
Yes.
So Stan Van Gundy out 1 year done. Pelicans. What do you think?
I think the Pelicans need to figure out as an organization.
Yeah, it sounded like he didn't connect with the players, is what I've heard. So
Between this and Zion, because
I heard Zion wants out.
yeah, Zion wants out.
Or his family.
His family wants out because they're not giving him enough.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
We have the GM for the Mavs, Don Nelson, is gone.
He got let go, and then Rick Carlisle stepped down right after. Crazy.
Rick Carlisle, he
was there for a long
First
time.
of all, big time Jim Carrey doppelganger. For sure.
That's a good call.
He just is. And this surprised me. I heard someone say, if the Brooklyn Nets were smart, say Steve Nash, thanks,
Ooh.
out, bring Rick Carlisle in.
Okay. Interesting. You know, it's funny that you say that because I wonder how, because Rick Carlisle has never dealt with like having multiple stars on the team at once, because it's always been like the Dirk show or now it's the Luka show.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I wonder how he would deal with that. But
I like Rick Carlisle. I
he's
think
been a great coach for his whole career.
he just seemed like one of those guys who was the Pope. He was going to have that job until someone just kicked him out.
This is definitely a shocker. Yeah, definitely a shocker.
So,
And Don Nelson had been there for like 24 years, I think.
no relation to Don Nelson who coached the Warriors.
No.
Because that's what I thought at first.
It's so funny because because Don Nelson also coached the Mavs while Donnie Nelson was the GM.
What are the odds?
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah. I want to give us kudos. Because at the beginning of the season, we said LaMelo Ball was going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he sure did.
And he won.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a cakewalk because he did miss basically half the season.
It was pretty much between him and
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad LaMelo got it. He was definitely better this season. I'm glad the writers were aware.
You got to give it to LeVar Ball. He says things and they kind of happen.
Fuck that guy.
I know you don't like him, but
Yeah, and Lonzo's better than Steph Curry, right?
I'm not saying he was right about everything, but he talks his shit, and most of the time, it comes out to be right.
Yeah. You think LaMelo is going to be have a better career than Lonzo?
Yes.
Easily?
Yeah. Also, I want to give a little shout out real quick to Tyrese Halliburton, who made the All-Rookie first
He
team.
did, yeah. He had a great year.
Yeah, little king shout out there. So congrats to him. I saw that and I was like, hell yeah.
So-
I can't really say I watched a ton of Kings games,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
But he was definitely a nice surprise.
because I don't recommend watching dumpster fires. That's what the Kings are. Yeah.
All right, all NBA teams were announced this week.
Yes, they were.
Any surprises or anyone that you thought got left out? The only one for me was Jimmy Butler. I didn't feel like he had that great of a year, but he still made the third team. But
Yeah. I mean, I know Rudy Gobert isn't an offensive juggernaut, but
Yeah.
don't you think Defensive Player of the Year should at least make second or first team?
yeah, and maybe it's one of those things where the writers are like, okay, we honored him in this way, but
Yeah.
we don't really need to force it on this side.
I got the list here. You could make a case for Chris Paul in the first team, but Steph Curry had a huge year.
Yeah, and then Luka was great down the stretch too. I also
Do you have a problem with LeBron James making the second team for missing so many games?
that's why I was gonna say James Harden not being on any of the teams was kind of interesting because he was great this year,
But he also missed.
but he also missed a lot of games. So I kind of feel like he should have been there maybe over Jimmy Butler. But I don't really have a problem with LeBron being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal 13. He had a really good year.
I thought he could have been higher too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul George 13.
He was good. He was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we all think of Paul George as pandemic P.
Yeah. Julius Randle, I'm cool with him. On the
Yeah, he had a good year.
He had a good year. The first team I'm cool with. I mean, Kawhi had a good year.
Yeah. I think for the most part they did pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, I wonder. I don't know the answer to this off the top of my head, but so Jokic made the first team, obviously.
Yeah.
Has any MVP not made the first team?
I don't think that.
There's no way, right? It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know the beer?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you're
Yes,
willing to bartend.
I can't. I'll top myself off too.
I'm glad we didn't have to bring our own booze. We sort of did, but
You got scared.
yeah, I got a little scared.
I kind of thought you might have an ice chest in the
In the truck. That would be pretty funny.
Oof, I need to work on my performing skills.
Yeah, that's alright. Little head never hurt.
It's got more head than Ron Jeremy.
Alright, our last topic. Celtics are trading Kemba Walker to the Thunder.
Ooh, you know who's excited about this? Sal.
It's kind of an odd trade. I mean, Kemba obviously had a down year. So it seemed like it was more of a salary shedding move.
Remember when Sal put Kemba in his top 5 players?
I think he's been regretting that since he said that.
Hey, you got your wish, Sal.
Right?
He's on the Thunder.
Hey, you got a top 5 player on your team.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to the shit now, right? Celtics gave up a first round pick too. You got Al Horford in return. We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Brad Stevens making moves right out the gate.
I want to know what's it going to take for the Thunder to win a championship? Because you know how many good players that these franchises had on their team?
They're going to have to. I mean, yeah, they had their chance, obviously. When Kevin Durant left, that was just a backbreaker.
It was over.
Yeah. I think it's going to take, hitting on another world-class player like him and then finding a way to build around him and then getting lucky. It's so tough for teams because it seems like all the teams that win championships these days, the star players are veterans. They're not, in the first 5, 6, 7 years of their career. They're all, for the most part, have been playing for a while.
It's just, you know what I mean, though? They've had so many good players
really
on
have,
the team.
yeah.
Or in their franchise history. It hasn't been that long of a franchise.
Because, just saying, if you think about the fact that they had, I think it was KD, Russ, and Harden all at either 22 or 23 years old.
Yeah, they played in that finals when they were,
You could tell they were not ready, and that's the thing.
Well, they played that Heat team.
Yeah.
Just,
but that's the thing is there's always going to be a super team around. So I think it's going to be tough for a team like that. Same with New Orleans is kind of in the same situation where Zion might not want to be there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had one more rapid fire question for you that you don't know about. So someone asked Klay Thompson about winning the championship next year.
yeah.
And he goes, "That's the plan. 2022 NBA champs." Are you putting it on wax right now?
No, I'm not, but I love the confidence.
Bold prediction?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Your boy. I love the confidence, Clay. I
Yeah,
love the
I
confidence.
I have to be at least cautiously optimistic when you got a guy coming back from an injury. A key player coming back.
2 years in a row.
Two straight years, yeah. So that's it for NBA.
Oh,
Rapid fire.
rapid fire. Okay.
Which we were not very rapid, but that's okay.
We're trying.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about playoffs though.
Yes.
We had playoffs are heating up now. It was a slow start, but it's getting real.
It is. It's conference finals time, baby.
It's conference time.
It's one of the best times
Yeah.
of the year for basketball.
The last 2 rounds are great, no question.
The only thing I don't like about the conference finals is there isn't games on every game anymore.
At least there's no more shitty games.
And the NBA stretches that shit out longer than any other sports franchise, any other sports
Association, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, I totally agree. They could make the playoffs probably 3 weeks shorter if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But hey, it's all about TV, all about being live all the time.
So the Clippers, they beat the Jets. Woo-hoo-hoo. So Pandemic P was
Came through.
he was playoff P.
He was playoff.
He was playoff P.
I gotta say, they hit adversity.
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 There you go.
God,
You're okay.
these trimmers are hidden.
Yeah.
Sorry. They hit adversity twice in this series, being down 2-0, obviously coming home, which is okay, but being down 2-0, and then also after Game 4, Kawhi Leonard going down, which who knows if he's even going to be back.
I know.
And they never lost a game after coming home.
They played really well as a team.
Yeah.
Terrence Mann
had
like
huge
35.
Game 6. Yeah, I think it was 39 in
Or
Game 6.
like Game 5 or 6.
I think 6.
Okay,
I can't remember.
He had a game where he went off.
Yes.
Even Boogie Cousins. I forgot Boogie Cousins was on the Clippers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't forget. Hey, it's not get carried away. At least he's my boy.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't know he was on the Clippers. He's trying to get that ring.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he didn't get one of the Warriors because they didn't win that year.
Yeah. They didn't win because they had him.
And then also, shout out to Ty Lue. Really, people talk shit about Ty Lue, but he's not a bad coach.
He's been labeled as just a guy, like a placeholder for sure.
He did this year what Doc Rivers couldn't do with the Clippers in the whole 10 years that he was there.
Yeah.
Could not get them to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time the Clippers have made it in their 51 years of existence.
Crazy.
Which is insane. Without Kawhi Leonard for the last 2 games, or 3 games, 2 games, whatever. So, I'll give a little shout out to Ty Lue.
There you go.
It's more than just LeBron sometimes.
Probably the first person to ever do that.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Being a little sarcastic,
Yeah.
but
So, what do we think about the Utah Jazz? They're just
I feel like they just don't quite have enough juice to get
are they kind of fool's gold?
a little bit. I know people, and I'm not trying to take shots at Donovan Mitchell, but I feel like he's just one of those guys that's really good, but not special,
Yeah.
And obviously he was awesome in the series, regardless.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. It's tough because they had a great year, #1 seed I think in the league.
Yep.
They just couldn't do it
Couldn't finish it off.
against an undermanned Clippers team.
Yeah, that too. I think that's probably the worst part about it. I know Conley was kind of hurt during the series too, but
I mean, Conley played the last game of
He did, yeah.
the game that the Clippers won.
but he's probably the 3rd best player on the team. You could argue. So yeah, I think they need to just keep running it back with this squad and see what happens. I don't know how much better they can really get.
They're not going to win a championship unless there's a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
But I don't want Mitchell to leave. It'd be cool if he stayed in Utah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he really is loving life there, but we shall see.
I've never been to Utah, but I've never heard anybody being like, "Yeah, Utah's dope."
Right.
You know what I mean? But who knows? I could be wrong.
Yep. So that brings us to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, which was yesterday. Kawhi Leonard obviously didn't play. Chris Paul was also out because of COVID protocols.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I think he's fully vaccinated. He's still got it.
It's
Or he tested positive.
Well, I think, I can't remember. I didn't really read the whole story, but I think he or maybe he was like in contact with somebody. And I don't know. But yeah, he is hoping to be back for the next game, which is going to be tomorrow. But I think, but yeah, he missed yesterday. His son still won the game though.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Kawhi Leonard does not play this. The Clippers don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
I think it could be a gentleman's sweep, aka 5 games.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Devin Booker was a man possessed.
Yeah, he was hot.
40-point triple double. He couldn't miss for a good stretch that game. It seemed like every shot he was shooting.
Yeah. We're kind of gonna answer this question a little bit later in Q&A, but who do you think is more valuable, Devin Booker or Chris Paul?
Chris Paul.
I kind of think so too. But like, obviously, if you put like a one guy on the court to get you a bucket, you'd probably go Devin Booker, right?
Out of those two, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's hard to decipher.
Chris Paul's just the ultimate floor general.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, so game 2 is tomorrow. Over in the East, the Bucks surprised the Nets. Well, I would say they somewhat surprised the Nets. They beat them in 7. That was the last 2 games of that series were great.
Yeah.
Especially game 7 went to overtime. KD hitting that game time shot late in the game,
Which
sick.
was almost a 3 if his feet were
Oh
size 8
God.
or size 18.
Right.
It's literally like this.
Insane.
Like this.
Yeah. So he hit that ridiculous shot and then tried it again to try and win it in overtime.
He had his legs shot.
Yeah.
They scored 2 points on overtime.
Yeah. And Milwaukee scored like what, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
I think, and he had time to take another dribble and either try to get around his defender or just get close to the basket to at least tie it, But took a terrible shot.
I'll give KD a shout out. He did everything he could
Oh,
to try to win this series.
He played basically every minute of those last couple games.
He played every minute. Yeah, I think he played every minute
But you might have played every minute actually.
of the last game 7.
Yeah.
And is he the best player in the world? Is he the best basketball player on the earth right now? He's the best scorer.
Best scorer, I will say yes, because he can score in any way, and whether he's defended.
Do you think he's a better scorer than Steph Curry?
Yeah, I would give him that. I mean, he's more unguardable than Steph. Steph is Steph, of course, and he can do things that KD can't.
Steph, pound for pound, is probably the best scorer.
Oh, sure.
Because he's,
you want to go that far.
Because KD's 7 feet tall.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's hard to say who's the best player right now. Because I mean, it's easy to say LeBron, but LeBron wasn't quite himself this year. He was great, but he wasn't as dominant as usual. And of course, missed a lot of games due to injury. But yeah, I'm not sure who I would announce the best player in the world right now. But
he's got to be top.
He's
top
definitely
3
in the conversation.
for sure. Top 5.
Yeah.
Probably top. It's probably LeBron and him. Probably top 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but shout out KD
Mm-hmm.
for sure. You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah. Stunner in the other series. Hawks upset the Sixers.
ATL. Shout out Ludacris. Shout out Outkast. Shout out. Ooh, who else is from Atlanta? Not Sean Paul, but Paul Wall.
Paul Wall. Dude, what happened to the Sixers?
Do you want to know what happened?
Yeah.
It was Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
Ben
that's
Brick
true.
Simmons.
They had a chance to win 6 of these games at least.
Ben, I can't shoot free throws, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
Simmons.
It's unbelievable. The Hawks, or the Sixers are clearly, in my opinion, better on paper. And usually paper wins in basketball.
They didn't.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And even Trae Young had a terrible game.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a couple clutch buckets down the stretch, but overall he was like 5 for 23 or something like that.
Are they going to blow it up? Is it going to get blown up?
Well, that seems to be the talk. I mean, today I think both Stephen A. and Magic Johnson said that they should trade Ben Simmons.
Have you seen the videos of Philly fans what they're doing to his jersey?
No, is it bad?
Burning it.
Oh,
they're like,
my
Ben
God.
Simmons, you need to get the fuck out of Philly. Not next week, not next year, right now.
Philly fans are
They're
fucking ruthless.
Ruthless.
They've always been known for that too.
Oh man. Yeah. Especially Eagles fans, forget about it. Forget about it. They're gonna get rid of him. They can get a lot for him too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wonder is, like, he just had, somewhat of an embarrassing series, you could say.
Yeah.
So his value is probably as low as it could be. So that's why I wonder if it's actually worth it to trade him.
His free throw percentage was so bad.
I think he was 34%.
I think it's the worst ever for a playoff series. Or maybe worst career playoff.
Yeah.
Given attempts, you know what I mean?
The amount of attempts, yeah.
It's not good.
It's crazy.
Also, can I give a little shout out to Devin Booker? Not only is he scoring 40 on the court, he's scoring 10s off the court. So I think he's dating Kendall Jenner.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely in the. Hopefully, he doesn't get the curse.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's prospering.
Yeah. It's never too late to get cursed.
So if he doesn't win the finals, is he cursed?
Maybe.
Okay.
If he gets to Game 7 in the finals, he goes 2 for 12.
Shout out Devin Booker, which I think he's only 24.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. Aiton's pretty young too. They good.
Yeah.
You know, decent little core.
Looking nice.
Yeah.
Too bad Chris Paul's fucking.
Chris Paul needs to come back.
Too bad he's 45.
Yeah. That fool needs to come back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul could probably play till he's like 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so we're gonna have Hawks and Bucks, Game 1, Eastern Finals.
And
on
we're
Wednesday.
going to. No, well, I guess we're gonna kind of answer that question in Q&A.
Yeah, we're not gonna get to our picks yet.
Okay.
But Q&A is coming right up. So.
It is. This first question is funny. I'll say it. So, time for Q&A. Our first question is from Nahiwa G. And this is in all caps, mind you. He says, how big of a bitch is Queen James? I hate the slander. But I gotta say, being really good friends with Garrett for the past 3 years, he's always hated LeBron James.
He has. That's never stopped.
He has always hated LeBron James.
I will say he is a bitch in the fact that he loves to embellish on the court.
He does cry when he gets fouled.
Mm-hmm. Does the does the ooh or the oh he hit me in the eye.
So I mean, what kind of scale we're talking? How big of a bitch?
He's
I don't think. I mean, if it's 1 to 10,
he's a 7.5.
I'll say a 4.
4. So he's not that bitchy to you.
We all know he's a bad actor, anyways.
You're right.
Just wait till Space Jam
Yeah,
comes
Space
out.
Jam's gonna be a disaster. Calling it.
I'm still gonna watch it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Next question. I always like this his handle by the way. It's from Batman811.
I love this question because it made me think for a little bit.
Yeah.
And these are the best kind of questions.
Yeah.
That's one of the best questions we've had in a while.
Yeah. So Batman811. He asks, or he says, conference finals are set. So name your top 5 players in order that are left in the playoffs.
Did you want to start? Or want me to start?
Go for it.
I'm going 5 to 1.
5 to 1. Okay.
Number 5, I got Paul George.
Paul George. Okay.
I got Paul George.
I like it.
Number 4, I got Giannis.
Okay.
3, I got Devin Booker. 2, I got CP3, and 1, I got Kawhi Leonard.
Nice. I'm pretty similar. I'm gonna go the other way because I thought about it this way. So number 1 is definitely Kawhi.
Yeah.
2, I got Giannis. And it wasn't an easy one. 3, I'm going Devin Booker just because I think he can get a bucket better than Chris Paul. Chris Paul may be more valuable to that team, but
That's kind of where I went. He's more valuable to what the
Yeah.
Suns are.
And then Chris Paul number 4, and then 5 was tough because it was between
Trae Young and Paul George.
Trae Young, Paul George, and even like Chris Middleton is a pretty good player, but I went Paul George too.
I wrote them all down. I didn't put Chris Middleton, so to me it was between 6 players.
Yeah,
Which Chris Middleton's a good player.
he's a good player. Yeah.
And I hate leaving Trae Young out.
Yeah, but I think he's more of a fanboy player, you know.
Yeah.
Just because he hits crazy shots and he's fun to watch, no
Yes.
question about it. But every other game he's either 5 for 20 or 12 for 20. So
Yeah. I mean, they're in the conference finals. I'll give it to them.
yeah, I got. I mean, the Sixers handed it to him, but yes.
So, good question, Manny. Appreciate it. Our next question is from Chavo. He asks, have you enjoyed the playoffs, even though there have been injuries to star players?
Like we've talked about before, I think it was off to a slow start as far as just all the blowouts and whatnot.
Mhm.
But shit's picked up quick, and there's been a lot of great games over the last couple weeks.
Exactly. I think injury to star players don't really bother me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not something you want to see.
Yeah, but it's just kind of is what it is.
I just like you said, I didn't like the blowouts.
Yeah.
There were a lot of blowouts. I
Yeah.
felt like in the playoffs. But yeah, of course, I've enjoyed the playoffs.
Playoff season's the best season.
I'll watch basketball playoffs any day of the week.
All right. Chavez also got another question. He says, "Who's advancing to the finals?" I think Hawks and Suns.
Ooh, he's picking my Hawks. He's kind of a Trae Young fanboy,
All right.
which is okay.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
I'm going Suns and Bucks. I am too. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. I mean,
I think the Bucks are going to sweep.
I think it could be ugly for the Hawks because sure, the Sixers are a really good defensive team, but the Bucks are pretty damn good themselves.
Yeah.
They're gonna find a way to lock up Trae and let everybody else.
I think Giannis is going to be a menace in the paint.
Yeah.
I think he's an average 30.
Yeah, I mean they got Capella who can defend a little bit, but yeah, I think Giannis has a chance to do some damage. And then like you said, the only way the Clippers have a chance is if Kawhi comes back soon.
Yeah.
Excuse my beer burps.
Our next question is actually from yours truly. I think it's the first time I've asked a question.
All right.
I'm asking Emerson this question. Do you think you get a better free throw percentage than Ben Simmons?
So I made sure to look up his numbers before deciding on what this answer was going to be. So his career free throw percentage is like 59 point something, so just under 60%. This year his free throw percentage in the playoffs has been 34%. So I know I could be better than 34%.
I was referring to the playoff because of how bad he's been. In the
Okay,
playoffs.
so if that's the question, then absolutely yes.
Okay.
60%, I think it probably be harder than you think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
poking fun, but
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm just like thinking about it. 60%,
Yeah.
especially like NBA rims are not going to be as as soft as
It's not
Johnson Street.
yeah, I was just gonna say it's not like shooting on your old basketball at your
Yeah,
parents' place.
but I think 34. I'd better have that.
I think I could do
Yeah.
34.
I mean, I know there's pressure, but I think he just flat out doesn't have a jump shot, so that's the problem.
He's got no.
Margan 4444.
These two kind of snuck in.
She snuck him in like through the chat system, not through.
Does she not know how to do it through Instagram?
She usually does, but I think she messed it up this time. But anyways,
whatever. All right.
yeah. So I snuck him in there. First she says, "How about them Giants? How about them?
How about him? Hey,
Looking good."
I gotta say she had the most confidence in the Giants this year more than anybody I know. And I told her that a couple days ago.
Yeah, she's loving it.
So I like it.
She also asked, "Do you think the Olympics should be held while COVID is still a major issue in Japan?"
As a fan, I say yes because I want to watch the Olympics, but my heart tells me no.
I mean, they just announced that they're going to have 30% occupancy at the events or whatever, or capacity at the events. So I mean, it sounds like they're going to be able to pull it off just fine. So honestly, I don't even care. The Olympics don't really excite me that much, personally.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of feel the same.
Yeah, it's just like if they really don't think they can pull it off without something catastrophic happening, then let's wait till next year, whatever. But it's like not really. Not really on the forefront of my.
What were you gonna say?
Not really on the forefront of my priorities.
Because Japan's been struggling with COVID, so
yeah. If they can do it, do it.
But if it's really bad, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They really shouldn't. I think that'd be a bad look.
It's so weird that like Japan's a pretty progressive country. Country. You would think they would have their shit together with vaccines and whatnot, but apparently not. So
that's another good question. Though.
Yeah.
I like that question.
all right, it's time for last call.
Already?
Yes, sir. All right, so Nashville hosted their first NASCAR race since 1984.
Shout out Van Halen.
Yes. Wait, why Van Halen?
Because their album, 1984.
Oh, boom. Sorry, didn't get that one.
That's all right.
I'll be quicker next time. And what do you know? Kyle Larson won again. He has won, if you include the All-Star race, 4 consecutive races.
Faux. This is
unfucking real.
When was the last time someone's won 3 in a row? Does it happen often?
You know, I was on. There's like it's like a short list of guys that have done it. Honestly.
Ever?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how short, but it doesn't. Yeah, it hasn't. Yeah, I can't get it. But I read some article and they were like the list of guys that have won 3 straight.
Yeah.
So it must not be that long.
And honestly, for me, my guy Kyle Larson winning 3 races, I'm not that far ahead in the points right now. In our points.
Yeah, I mean wins get you 5, but you got a 14-point lead, so.
I mean, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm not going to gloat yet because there's still plenty of races left.
Right.
So I'm in first place with 57. Danny is in second with 43. Ashley's in third with 39. Alex is in fourth with 36. Garrett is in fifth with 29. Dylan's in sixth with 28. And my boy, my co-host, is in seventh with 14.
Hey, picked up 4 points this week.
Hey.
Eric with a motherfucking A got his first top 5 of the year.
It's about time. So you gotta think, you're gonna be not under 10 anymore. Unless something unless shit really
something, catastrophic, like, would have to happen.
Exactly.
Which is not gonna happen.
Fingers crossed, right?
We got double figures for the year. I actually had 2 top 5s this week. Aubrey finished 5th. Sweet. Couldn't believe it.
Kind of wiping the floor right now.
You are.
Kind of wiping that
You're
floor.
you've got 4 times as many points as me.
Which is hilarious because you almost had Kyle Larson.
I mean, if he was there, I would have picked him, but I didn't have that chance.
I'll take it.
I don't know if you remember this, but when we did our draft, we accidentally skipped you. We gave Alex your draft spot instead of to you.
Yeah.
And she picked Bowman, which Bowman has been pretty good this year, but not Kyle Larson.
No, not Kyle Larson. So thanks, Alex.
Yeah. And honestly, if you would have asked me, I probably would have said take Bowman at that spot. But
yeah. but I'll take it, man.
Yeah, Kyle Larson has been outrageously good this year.
He's just fast. You need another beer?
Sure, why not while we're here? And I'll talk about our next little thing. So Stanford baseball, like we talked about last week, is up College World Series. They did lose their first game on Saturday to NC State, 10-4. It's kind of a bummer because they had their ace on the mound. He did not perform well. But today they played an elimination game against Arizona. They bounced back big time, won 14-5. Your boy Brock Jones hit another bomb today.
I forgot Brock Jones is my boy.
Yeah, you need to put up that poll on Instagram.
Appreciate your child Brock hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But yeah, they look great today. They'll be playing Wednesday. They're going to play the loser of NC State and Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt is a powerhouse all of a sudden after we won a couple national championships.
Vanderbilt, shout out to Jay Cutler and Skip Bayless. Actually, no, never mind.
Just kidding.
No, just kidding.
But yeah, should be fun to see.
Are you feeling good about your Cardinal?
To be honest, not really. So their two best pitchers have pitched now. They only won one of those games, which kind of sucks. And they've already lost to NC State, who they may have to play, which I think NC State is beatable. But Vanderbilt is crazy good. They got two starting pitchers that are just lights out. They're going to be top 5 draft picks. So I'm a little nervous to have to face them unless they didn't have to face one of those guys. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to at least be there. You know, they haven't been since 2008, so we shall see what happens.
You want to talk about this guy, John Rahm?
John Rahm.
His name rhymes.
His name rhymes. John Rahm won his first career major at the U.S. Open this past weekend.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. He just became a father recently, which was
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Also, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. So exactly 2 weeks ago, he was leading a PGA event and by a lot. Like he was running away with, I think, a 6-stroke lead going into the last day, and had to withdraw due to the positive COVID test.
I remember this.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
But I think it's so awesome that he was able to win a major just 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he's been a really, I mean, always, you know, at the top of the world golf rankings year after year. So for him to get his first major, that's pretty awesome.
Shohei Ohtani is going to be in the home run derby this year. Is this the first time since the derby started that there's been a pitcher?
I would probably, I mean, I don't know this, but I would say probably yes.
I mean, I don't think they were doing home run derbies back when Babe Ruth was playing, right?
I'm not sure how long it's been around, but yeah, this is awesome. I mean, he's been raking this year. I think he's actually now tied with Vlad for most home runs.
It's like him. It's like Vlad, Tatis, and him are all.
I'm just kind of like interchanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been amazing. It's so funny. Like when he came over, everyone talked about how he was a lights out pitcher.
Yeah.
And but he could hit, but not that he was a great hitter. But he's exceeded expectations by
absolutely
a long shot. It's been awesome. And I think it's cool too because I don't know how realistic it will be for him to get a at bat in the All-Star game. But if he could, you know, do the home run derby and then maybe pitch an inning in the All-Star game, that would be pretty sweet.
Do we know who else is going to be in the home run derby?
I don't know how many people have announced. They usually don't do it until, you know, pretty close to the game.
I think the home run derby is probably my favorite part of All-Star.
It's fun. I also like the new format where it's timed, so there's more swings. Because it used to be, you know, it was outs and guys would just watch pitches go by.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of stupid.
I've said this before in the past. I do love the celebrity All-Star game. Don't ask me why.
Dude, I'm with you.
I just think it's
hilarious.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool.
Especially
fun.
if you've got the right people on the microphones that are like out in the field. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you.
I had a couple of notes I wanted to throw out there.
Sure.
I saw this earlier in the week. So the Jaguars, the Jacksonville Jaguars, passing game coordinator, which is kind of a weird way to put it, but he says, it's still too early to say how things are going to play out, referring to who is going to be the starting quarterback.
I heard that they were having a competition at quarterback.
Get out of here.
Trevor has to start.
He has to start. It ain't going to be Tebow. There's no way.
Dude, he was taking snaps to start the year. I would shit myself.
Oh, that can't happen.
No,
Trevor
he's
Lawrence
so
is going to be the starter day one.
Yeah. If he's not,
Yes.
that's embarrassing.
Yes. Another thing I want to throw out there, NFL wise, is so Madden 22,
Okay.
the MVP edition cover. I think it's going to be one of them, or I don't know if it's going to be multiple, I kind of forget.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady sharing the cover. If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to be anywhere near this guy for the next year. I would be so salty. I don't care if he's the GOAT, he's the godfather of football. He's the golden boy. He's the best thing to ever touch the pigskin. I would be like, I don't want to be near you.
Right.
Get away from me.
I gotta imagine he at least envies him now,
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see you when you beat in the Super Bowl 6 months, not even 6 months ago.
Right.
I
I like how it's the MVP edition and Aaron Rodgers isn't on it. Because he was the MVP last year.
Wow, I didn't think about that. You're really digging that. You're really digging deep. One more thing I want to say: Logan Paul is a fool because he thinks he can beat Mike Tyson in a fight. Did you see this?
I did.
He says, "You can't tell me I can't beat Mike Tyson, bro. Mike Tyson will eat you alive."
It is weird because of the age difference. I don't want to say I know what would happen necessarily, but yeah, of course Mike is a beast.
Who would you take right now? I'm taking. You're not taking Iron Mike. You're thinking about this.
I want to say I would do it because Logan's pretty slender in comparison.
We're talking Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I could see him being a little sleepy.
No.
I could just see it happen. I'm not saying that it would for sure.
Emerson.
But I mean, he just fought another old man recently, and that's not giving me any indication that he's back.
Logan Paul.
I hope he would sleep Logan Paul, but
Mike Tyson could beat Logan Paul if he was blind. Let me tell you. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, but that would be
Logan Paul. I hate that we're mentioning this guy on our podcast.
He's kind of
again.
He's a bit of a punk, but whatever. Good for him. He's doing what he can.
Yeah, whatever. So.
Any other nuggets?
Yeah, it's alright.
I mean, if you got something to say, say it.
Do you know who the Brooklyn Nets all-time leading scorer is in the franchise history?
I'm gonna say. Oh, is it a player I should know?
Yeah, it's a player that you do know.
Richard Jefferson.
No.
In kind of in our lifetime.
Yes. It's not Dr. J.
Let's see, who played for them for a long time?
And I'm only mentioning this to you because you're gonna get a kick out of it.
Who's it, Kenyon Martin?
No.
Who is it?
Brooke Lopez.
Is it really?
Yes. Shout out Stanford Cardinal.
I will say he did play there for a while, and he was kind of
Yeah, I think
go-to guy.
I think the number he has is 10,444.
Yeah.
Which is just.
Did you see anybody close, or do you just hear that?
Well, I looked it up because I heard it on like a broadcast.
Gotcha.
Because the Bucks were playing the Nets, and so I think Brooke Lopez scored, and they're like, "Oh, the Nets all-time leading scorer." It's just funny because I would never think Brooke Lopez would be the all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. But I kind of forgot that he did play there for a while.
Yeah.
But that's funny. So, did you hear that Derek Carr said if the Raiders traded him, he'd retire?
Yes.
I think that's funny.
I think it's not true.
Yeah, I mean, he's not 30 yet, so we're just gonna give up football.
Just have him go to the Niners instead of Trey Lance.
Yeah,
I'd be down with that.
You know what? I would take Derek Carr over Jimmy G right now.
Yeah.
As long as he's not throwing those stupid ass interceptions to what the Broncos or whatever
Rams?
that was. Yeah.
Just he's the king for the hands on something. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
He's got that little Tony Romo in him.
You just had to say that.
Sorry.
You just had to say that.
All right. I think that's it for today.
You want to give a little information about next week?
Yeah. So next week we are going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary of this podcast.
And by the time it's next week, it will be over a year.
Yes. So we'll do like a little celebratory post.
Give some shout outs.
June 24th is the day that we recorded for the first time. June 26th was posted. So
Come a long way. It feels like it's been long.
it's been a fun year. But
You're telling me I've seen you every week for 54 straight weeks?
52. Yeah.
52? Is it 52?
Yeah.
Whatever. Give or take.
Crazy. Well, I love you too, man.
I love you, man.
We save the tears for next week.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Shout out Eazy again.
Shout out to Eazy.
Look at this.
Come check him out.
Look at this thing, man. It's cool.
ecarlinco.com. Go check him out. Book a haircut, and we will see you next week. Peace.